Good afternoon and welcome to the Cruise Amigos live from London. And playing with his little toy boat over there is Amigo Martin, who is
Ahoy,
actually
everyone.
with us for a change.
Back on dry land, Chillie,
Yes,
for once. So, how are you?
I'm doing terrifically, just terrifically. I got my latest PSA result on Friday and it was 1.8. I started
Wow.
off with 480 and it was 1.8 this week. So I'm
Oh,
just doing terrific. So we are missing Amigo John. He
where is
went out to lunch after church and apparently got tied up with some people. So he sent me a text and said he's going to be running late. And I said, well, that's fine.
we can hold the fort, can't we,
Oh,
Chillie?
yeah. All
Yeah, we
right.
can
So
do.
you were on the Virgin Voyages first sailing with paid passengers
I
on the
certainly
Scarlet
was.
Lady.
I was last weekend. So we did the first weekend of cruise that they did, and yeah, it was totally different than I've expected before. I mean, not normal cruising.
One of the things I've heard is that to enjoy the cruise, you have to go in with a completely open mind. Do you agree with that?
Definitely, definitely. They've turned cruising upside down. It's not what you'd expect, but it is a fabulous cruise. It's an amazing ship. The facilities, the staff, it was just wow. It was like everywhere you turn. I mean, as you all know, I was on for a couple of hours back in February 2020 before when she set sail to New York, and halfway across she was told, by the way, we're not going anywhere because the pandemic hit. So and I was on board and I thought, I don't know whether I'm going to like this. I thought, is it too Instagram, the younger crowd and things like that? And I thought, I've got to give it a try. I've got to give it a go. And I'll be honest with you, myself and Stan, my hubby, we loved it. We absolutely loved it. So much so that we did the deposit for booking another cruise for next year when Valiant Lady launches.
Awesome. Uh, do you think uh, Virgin is still targeting the millennials, or are they kind of toned back and gone with the
I think it's going to
traditional cruise market?
I think it's probably going to be up to from about 35 upwards rather than your 18 to 25, 18 to 30 crowd. Because it's all about the good food. It's all about, the service. It's all about the cabins being totally different. It's all about the social aspect, the roundabout in the middle where everyone meets of an evening, the bars. But I mean, on this cruise particularly, because the people on board, I'd say we're probably ranging from about 25 upwards. And I think that they enjoy it as well. I think personally, what they did in the UK, the first cruise, which I think they're going to learn from, was the UK is not the Caribbean. So whereas like if you were in the Caribbean, the weather was brilliant. Everybody's around the pool. You're all sunbathing. Pool parties and things like that. Well, the first day it was not very good weather. It was a bit grey and cold and windy, and there wasn't much going on around the ship. We were walking around going, whereas normally you've got a lot going on, there's this, you could do that. We were walking around a little bit lost and bewildered. It was like, oh, I don't know, what should we be doing? And I had a few guests on who booked through me as well, very good friends, Dave and Penny, and we met them walking around. They were the same. It was like, oh, what do we do? We can't just drink. We know we've got our onboard credit and sailors loot. We can drink if we want to, but we don't want to because we want to enjoy the whole cruise. You don't want to be drunk by 4 o'clock and sleep till 8 o'clock the next morning, which I have. Well, not done as bad as that, but I have woke up quite late. So that was the first day. But the second day, it really picked up a bit. So it was really good. And I think it was its first cruise. Like with any inaugural, everybody finding their feet, the crew as well as much as passengers. So it was really good. It is, but yeah, definitely. I think the 35 plus market.
That looks awesome.
Oh, Chillie. When they brought that out, that I was just like in awe. You've got oysters, you've got prawns, you've got lobster, and that was like we had a starter, but we also had that as a sort of in between starter and main course. So because it just said we just got to go for it. It was absolutely beautiful with the sauces, and I was in awe. I really was. It was like fish heaven, fish heaven.
Well, the information I got on this cruise was that the food was just unbelievable.
It is. It's just not what you'd expect. I mean, you wouldn't expect that sort of a seafood platter as a mini starter, if you like, or for in between. And I was just like, I mean, that was a little bit extra. We paid for that, but I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. You know, I've had oysters before, and I've never been a big lover, but they were beautiful. They were absolutely amazing. Plus, it's an aphrodisiac. So this is where the aphrodisiac probably kicked in.
Yes.
So yeah, this was the manner. I think that this sort of picture has become synonymous with Virgin all along. You sort of walk through that corridor, and it takes you through into the manor, which is the nightclub. And you know, there's hundreds of thousands of pictures of people in this corridor. It's like mirrored glass with lights in it. It's beautiful. It really is.
All right, now that looks like several different things.
Yeah, so this was a bar towards the rear, and it's a tapas bar, and you have a little menu, and the menu's got a little flag on the top, and you just raise the flag for service, you can just choose what you want. So yeah, I think there was a chicken like pitta, there was a beef pitta. I don't know if the picture can you see it on there? I think the one at the back was the octopus, there was prawns. Chillie. It was just to die for.
Yeah, I believe I might have another picture of that later on.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, and this is all included. So Virgin Cruises don't have any specialty restaurants. You know, if you go to a tapas on board a ship, or you go to an Italian, you normally pay your cover charge $20, $30. This is all included. There's 20 eateries on board, so you can never get bored. I mean, we were on for 3 nights, and we didn't get to experience everything. But it was just great. We sat there and had a little glass of rosé and just chilled out, and they just kept bringing as much as you want or as little as you want. Wow. And we did have 2 lots, especially of the octopus.
All right, now this one's got me fascinated, and I have not a clue what it is.
Well, it's not Dubai, unfortunately, but it's called the Spinnaker Tower in Portsmouth. Anybody who sails from Southampton will have passed this, and you can see it every time going in or coming out, because as you come out of Southampton and round Portsmouth that way out. But this one night, everybody probably knows, I don't know whether you do, but we were delayed departing. So we were meant to leave at 7 in the evening. It would have been still light, but we didn't leave till 9:30. So we were sailing out, and we were at the back of the ship, and then we just come to the Spinnaker Tower in Portsmouth, and it was all lit up, and it had a bit of a light show for us as we went past, and eventually it ended up like in scarlet red at the end. So it was great, for Portsmouth saying goodbye on the first cruise. It was a nice little touch.
All right. Now, I understand there were some problems with the whole check-in, disembarkation, embarkation business to get started.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, we were lucky. We got there at our time, which was quite early doors. So we got in quite quick. And it took us about an hour and 15 minutes. And that was from turning up to the site, getting through the little queues, getting the test, sitting waiting for the results, and then driving to the terminal. But as the day progressed, it turned out that people were waiting 3, 4, 5 hours. The reason being is a lot of people, like everybody, you might have boarding times or slots is quite new over here. I don't think you guys do it in the US, do you? You just
they've started it just in the last month.
Yeah, so it's all to do with this social distancing. Mm-hmm. But like everybody, they all think, well, if I turn up a little bit earlier, I might get on a bit earlier. Now, a lot of people did that day. And unfortunately, I don't think it wasn't Virgin's fault. The testing site weren't turning people away, saying, no, it's not your time, you need to come back. So literally it got a bit worse and worse and worse. So it ended up delaying the cruise. But in Virgin's favour, Chillie, they handled it amazingly. Tom McAlpin, the CEO, about 7:30, 7:45, before we set sail, he went, guys, I know we've had a problem today. I'm really sorry. It shouldn't have happened. But what we're going to do is we're going to give you beer, wine, and bubbles free that evening. And we're also going to put $100 credit on your account. So that was like handled quite right. And that was for every single person on the ship, whether you were delayed or not. Now that's a pretty good way to handle it, I think. You know, it's like, we're sorry, we got it wrong. But in those 3 days when we set sail, the following cruise on the Monday that we got off went smoothly. Everybody was on board, and it left 15 minutes early. So Virgin really picked up the game over those 3 days, and I don't know what they did, but it turned out well. And if anybody is traveling with Virgin this year, this next few soirees, it's 1 hour before. If you turn up any earlier, you will be turned away. Yeah. So you get your time slot and don't cause any issues. So, you know, all in all, the getting on board was okay for some, but some it got worse and worse. So I'm glad we did get there on our time, and we got on board quite quick.
All right, let's see real quickly. I'll stick over here, see if we got any questions. Gretchen's with us. Katie's with us. Hi, y'all. Nikki's with us. Allison. Hi, Allison. Allison did a marvelous job yesterday. Cindy Lee's with us. Hi, Cindy. Good to have you. Hey, Shane Lewis is with us. Ahoy, guys, Shane says. Shane, of course, is, I forget his title, but he's one of the big wigs with the Virgin Voyages company. Good to have you with us, Shane.
Hi, Shane. Catch up with you soon.
All right. Now, my first inclination when I saw this was, my God, Martin's in a heavyweight boxing championship of the world. And then I said, nah, he would never do something like that. And then on down, I see, damn, there's a boxing ring. What in the world is going on? Did you get your brains beat out or something on this cruise?
Oh, geez, do you know what? That was in the Rockstar suite. We were in the Seriously suite, which is amazing. But I'll tell you what, Chillie, I was really impressed. Like, me and you, we are the bigger boned people out there, aren't we?
Yeah, just a little tad.
On cruise ships, the dressing gowns normally sort of come round to your chest about here. This one wrapped right round. It was amazing, and that was only an XL, so it was really good. But yeah, that was really nice to sort of, you get in after a night and slip into your dressing gown and a gin on the balcony as you sort of chill out, ready for bed and things. But yeah, it was brilliant. I didn't do boxing. I did go to the gym. I went in and I didn't. Well, I had a composition thing, body composition done, and he said, "Do you want to use the gym?" I said, "I'll be up later."
Okay. I feel much better now.
Oh, Buster Shuffles in the Manor are absolutely amazing. What Virgin have done this year, because it's been out of the UK, their entertainment is actually like local, I say UK bands and showcasing UK entertainment. And it was brilliant across the ship, amazing. It blew my mind. It really did. You know, I mean, these guys were just like fabulous.
All right, now there's a couple of things here that blew my mind. Let me see. Remember, if you want to say anything while this is playing, you have to unmute yourself. But watch this, guys.
Yeah, so this is the dual reality show. It's like a Romeo and Juliet acrobatic show. Absolutely amazing. Just the energy, and it was just, this is the ship. Just like, wow, look at him go. It was a brilliant show. So if you're going on board, definitely make sure you put dual reality. It's just wow. I love it. I really do. It's like, wow. I mean, the way he falls down and then gets flipped back up, it's like, OMG. So it was a brilliant show. Absolutely brilliant show. I highly recommend it. Make sure it's one of those things you must do on board.
Yeah, that was just awesome. We got another clip I'll play in a little while, but I just thought that one just fascinated me to death to see those guys high flying like that. Now, let's see, where was I? I was up here looking at more food.
Oh wow! Now I've never done a Korean barbecue before. So this is Gumbay. which is, again, it's included, so you go in and it's all about social dining. So you make sure with other people. We didn't, we were in quite late, about 9:30 at night. And that was just the squid, and you've got the chicken there. Oh, the chicken chili. Oh, that chicken was amazing. I tried the chicken on its own. Then I put the melon cubes with it, and then it was like the melon cubes just took it to another level. It's like OMG, and it was like we did end up ordering an extra plate of that because it was so delicious. I think that should be boxed and sold all over the UK and all over the world because it is to die for. It really is. And the Korean barbecue was just amazing. They cook the food in front of you. They play a game with you, and with the staff. You play a game of going round, and you have to do numbers, and the one that loses ends up having to have a shot. And you play the game until everybody on the tables had the shot. It was wow. It was just amazing. One of the highlights of the cruise Gumbay was, and that's the soup. Oh, it was just like, I'm going to put it. I know you can probably see it, but it was definitely one of those. Oh, no.
I can't get over as much as the other cruise lines are going, try to get to nickel and dime you to death in all the different restaurants. That everything is included on Virgin. That makes the price so much less when you're including that much more.
You're right. People will probably look at the Virgin price and go, oh, wow, that's a lot more than other cruise lines that are out there. But then when you think what's included, if you say on a week's cruise, you do 2 or 3 specialty dining restaurants, that can put $150 on your account straight away.
Oh, absolutely.
And as I say, but the other good thing that they do is they've got drinks, basic bevies included. So your soft drinks, you're not paying for soft drinks. You only have to pay for alcohol. So again, that can push your bill up as well. Oh, I think that was the squid he was cooking. So you can cook your own if you want to, or they'll cook it for you. We were going to cook our own, but we did have a chat with one of the members of staff, and he just cooked it all for us while we were talking away. And then suddenly it was ready. So yeah, this is another part of the gym on board, an outside gym area. Absolutely amazing. It is empty, but that was, I think, if I remember seriously right, that was about 6 a.m, I think. So people weren't up that early. It's not an early ship, should we say, where everybody's up and about early. It's a bit of a later ship.
Now, were you coming or going when you took that at 6 a.m?
No, I was coming on that. I actually didn't. I got up early to take some pictures, so I wanted some to show you guys as well. Because I was conscious that we weren't able to get on last week while we were on board. I would have liked to have come live, but yeah, every time we tried to connect, there was a few issues. So it's just the Wi-Fi that's going to be sorted in the next few weeks. But again, it's those inaugural teething issues. But you were able to get on the internet and post things, but you weren't able to do the streaming. Chess. You can have a game of chess.
Did anybody actually play a game on it? I've never seen somebody actually use those.
Yeah, no, that people did use them. We saw people playing a number of times. So again, this was early morning, so I wanted to get those pictures. But yeah, it was fantastic. It was. There's just everywhere you turn, there's just something different. There's a basketball court. If you're that energetic, obviously I wasn't. I was more infused with the food and the drink.
Because after you sweated it off here and playing basketball, you went down for just a little small burger or whatever that is.
Do you know Virgin? I'll be honest, Chillie. Virgin do say they've turned cruising around. This was razzle dazzle, and we went down for Sunday brunch. That is a croissant with cheese and jalapenos. Now, who'd have thought of putting jalapenos in a croissant? My mind was blown, and it was absolutely delicious. Razzle Dazzle is it's one of the key signature restaurants, but it was amazing to do. We were told to go for brunch rather than an evening meal, which we were just blown away with. It was just like, wow, and the meal we had, there's the hubby with champagne. We had a lovely view out to sea. It was just, I'm sure you're going to show all of these ones because they were just like, wow, what are we eating? What is going on here? Unicorn toast. It was like with buttermilk, and it was French toast. It was like very sweet, but very Moorish. And it was like, oh my God, if this is the starter, what are we going to have next? Bear in mind, this is just brunch, Chillie. So we've already had breakfast about 3-4 hours before.
I think Richard Bronson might be coming in right now to visit with us. Let's see if it's Richard Bronson. No, it's not Richard Bronson. It's
Hello,
Amigo John. We can't hear you.
He's still got his jacket on, Chillie. He must have ran through the door and just sat straight down. Look.
We can't hear you yet.
He's coming.
He's thinking. Of course, I got to figure out how the hell to get this straightened around. I never can remember how to do this. No, that's it.
No, we still can't hear you, John. I'm glad he's here, though. Let's see what. Anyway.
Can you hear us? Yeah. Okay. You can hear us, but we can't hear you. So that means you can't talk.
That could be interesting. It could be a good point.
That could be a blessing in disguise, Martin. I mean, Uh-oh. He's pulled the mic over now. This could be getting serious. Nope. Still not on.
I love the look of concentration on his face.
Yeah, I mean,
trying to figure it out.
He's figuring. You can see as the wheels are turning.
We might be going old school with a headset and microphone.
And I'm showing that his mic is on. Mute mic. No, I'm showing your mic is on, but we certainly can't hear you. That's strange. Well, while you're trying that, let me jump over here and see. Jack's with us. He says hello. Jack from Conroe, Texas. It's 90 degrees there. This is the first day it's not been 90 here today. Emily wanted to know if the theater was full when we took
the theater. They had social distancing in the theater, so there were like 2 seats, and then there'd be 1 or 2 seats in between where you had to sort of not sit. So it wasn't completely full. They were very well organized as well of how they did everything. So it was really good. And no, it wasn't that full. Even if it was full, it's not a massive theater. Do you know what I mean? And the theater can be changed to 3 different ways. So it's really good. So it depends on what shows they're doing, and they can move it all around and things. I won't spoil it for anybody who's going to get on board, but yeah, it's a very what's the word? Ambidextrous theatre, should we say? You can go either way and up and down, and as you saw, the things he can do in there is fabulous.
All right, while he's playing with that, I have to ask about this one.
Oh, razzle dazzle! This was the chicken burger.
That's a hell of a burger.
Hey, Chillie, it was 2 bits of chicken on a black seeded bun. Now, for me, I don't know if anybody knows, I am trying to lose weight at the moment, which doesn't help going on 5 cruises in about 3 months. But I had most of the bun, but then it was not a sweet bun. It was just totally bizarre. And the mayonnaise, it was like beet alioli, absolutely beautiful. And those chips were the best chips I've had. And I don't know if you see in the background there, just behind the other bowl of chips, which was Stan's, that's not my second portion, was a sage and onion patty, which was absolutely delicious. So we enjoyed that as well. So
that one shows a little bit better in that shot.
How about now?
Yes.
Hey, welcome, John. Welcome.
Thank you. Love the food, by the way.
By the way, John.
Yes.
Glad you could make it.
I apologize. New India restaurant opened in Grand Forks. The decision was made to go from church. And I said, but I have 1 o'clock. And it's like, didn't anticipate that there was highway construction. So it was like 30 miles an hour rather than 70 miles an hour. So
well,
I am here, and wow, it looks like you had such a great trip, Martin. That is so neat, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, John, it blows your mind. It really does. It's just like, wow.
Now, do you want me to get those movies ready here? I can get them.
That's okay.
No,
I'm not sure we can do that on the fly. I played one, and I've got one more to play.
Okay.
And
because
we'll
I can
worry
do it
about
on
the
the
other
I can
ones
do
for
it on
another
the fly,
time.
because like I can even switch cameras now. See, I can switch over to that camera, and then I can switch back to this camera.
Oh, he's dead posh, isn't he?
Yeah, big time. And this,
So
by the
anyway-
way, is Razzle Dazzle is the
Yeah.
Razzle dazzle. Yeah.
So that dessert, which was milk and cookies.
yeah.
And now, I don't know in the US, but in the UK, many years ago, the kids at school had little bottles of milk with straws in. So it took me back, well, what are we? There must be about 42, 43 years. But it was an almond and cinnamon milk, and it was absolutely delicious. And then you got these 3 cookies in a jar, and they were just like to die for. They really were. And the good thing was I was a little bit full, believe it or not. So we did have 2 cookies left because I only had 1 at the time. And I said, is it okay to take it back to the cabin? So they put it in a little container and allowed you to take it back to the cabin. But I don't know if you can see in the background, we were sat there and they brought a 3rd dessert out, which is becoming a bit of a regular thing with us. So they brought their signature cake out, which was just like, the Razzle Dazzle cake. And it was like chocolate. And so I only had 1 spoonful, and Stan did have a little bit more than me.
Wow.
But you watch it, swings on a ship. You know, live, breathe, laugh, and love. I mean, we all need that after the last 18 months, don't we?
Oh, those are swings. I didn't notice that when I loaded it. I see the swing now.
Yeah, you can get in it. You can sit there and swing away and do what you want. You know, it's a beautiful little
Now,
area.
are they going front to back on the ship or side to side?
They will be going side to side.
So you could just sit on it, and if the ship rocked a little bit, it would be doing it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you thought of that. That one's 8 feet over my head.
I had to think then, John. Dude, Sunday evening, or Sunday day, don't be asking complicated questions.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought that was, I know that you always know how to orient yourself in the ship. So, food is that way. Bathrooms are that way. So I thought you'd know which way the swings went. So
yeah, the swing, bathrooms are that way, food's that way, and the swings are on your right as you go past.
Is that some type of chowder?
It was, yeah. It was like a sweet corn chowder. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This was in the Wake restaurant. The seafood was in the Wake as well. One thing I would say, if anybody's booking on Virgin Voyages, get your app as soon as you can log in and book your restaurants, your entertainment, because it does get full up quickly. Now, where they can, they will try and accommodate you on board with cancellations. So if you don't see what you want at the time, just keep checking, or go and see. There's a desk on board where you can go and see what's been cancelled, and he'll try and fit you in. That's a filet mignon with baked garlic. That was a one night. I didn't have any sides, but that probably was because I had the seafood platter before. But it was absolutely beautiful, cooked to perfection.
Nice.
wow.
Oh, that was two of my clients, Kelly and Nick. It was Kelly's birthday, and before the cruise, we had to keep it all quiet. Being a travel agent, we met on the 80s cruise, so we had to keep it all quiet. And they only told her on the Thursday when they got to Portsmouth, and that was in the manner where we shook our phone for champagne. And because we had that much credit on board, we got a bottle of Moet and Chandon, and I shared it with these guys, and we had a fabulous time listening to the music in the background. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. One of the great memories of the cruise. And this is Richard's Rooftop. Now, if you book a Rockstar or Mega Rockstar suite, then you get access to Richard's Rooftop, which is like the private area, which was great. Lots of seating, couple of whirlpools up there. Bar, you can just get your drinks up there on your card. Not on your card, I'll tell you, it wasn't on a card, it was on a band, and I did mean to have it with me, but I don't know where I put it. But you got a little wristband, and you literally just tapped it wherever you wanted. So none of this having a key card and leaving it in the room. You banded everything. Back to the Korean barbecue, the green tea ice cream, and that was delicious. And you got a little bit of caramel sauce, crunchy marshmallows. Absolutely beautiful granola on there as well. Not that all I did on the food cruise was eat, really.
You did drink a little too, I am sure.
Well, we did go through. I mean, we were lucky enough because when we booked, we got $400 on board credit for the suite. Then we did what they don't do any drinks packages, but what you can do, you pay $300, which is about £225 UK money, and you'll get $100 or $50, depending on when you book, extra sailor loot for your bar tab. So that worked quite well. So we had that, and then we also had friends who joined us. So we got a friends extra onboard credit, and then we got extra onboard credit for the issues. So we ended up at the beginning of the cruise with $1,075 to spend, which is about £800.
Oh my goodness.
So we did struggle. It wasn't until the Sunday night by the end of the Sunday night, we still had about $250 left. So that's when we shook for a bottle of champagne and ended up taking a bottle back with us as well. So this again is dual reality. This lady was amazing. She starts off with one hula hoop. I mean, I can't even hula, I'll be honest. Can you hula, Chillie?
Oh, absolutely not.
And she ended up.
I don't even fit in the hoop, much less hula.
Oh, and by the end of it, she had about 10 hoops that she was doing things with, and you were just like in awe, And this is again, I point back. This is a show on a ship. It's not a we will rock you, but it was just so energetic. I won't spoil it for anybody, but it was just it was a brilliant show. And at the beginning, there's something that starts off quite good, which is quite interesting. So get on board and watch Dual Reality, definitely.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to take another second here, folks, and go hit this other clip. I don't remember how long it is, but because I'm coming up to a picture that I need to have the clip played first.
This was Abby, the hostess. Now you'll probably seen Abby on Instagram, Facebook, or this was Cocktail, the hostess. Abby was absolutely amazing. She's a northern lass from Rotherham Way in the north of England, and she's a real down-to-earth person. But her voice was absolutely amazing. I don't know if we can hear it now. I don't know if you sit on music, Chillie.
Say that again.
We couldn't hear it. There was no sound on that one. But
Oh, you couldn't hear her?
I could hear it. I heard it.
Oh, did you? Or maybe
Yeah,
it's just me.
Maybe when you muted the mic so we could hear you talking. Huh.
Oh, but no,
I have to think through that one.
As long as you guys heard it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We could hear her, and we could hear you talking over her. So,
All right. Okay. So yeah. She does everything. She does bingo with the hostess, and it's really good fun. And I think they gave nearly $1,000 away, considering there was only 1,300 people on the ship. And obviously that theatre doesn't hold 1,300, but the people in there, nearly $1,000 and a few other prizes before that, as in lower prizes. But yeah, the top prize in the bingo. And I'll tell you what, guys, I don't know have you ever played pop out bingo?
No.
Like on a normal card, you sort of mark your cards with the numbers and things like that. The card was, you literally press the number and it popped a little pop out. Well, that got me by the end of it when I'm trying to see if I've got a line or diagonal. I was so confused. And a few times I was only one number off, but unfortunately it wasn't my time. Same as on MSC, I never won on that one as well. So, but it was just surreal, popping these numbers out. You got your card and you're like, that. Where's that number? And silly me decided to do two cards together. So I think it was 12 cards. So you're looking down, going. Well, it was all good fun. It was great. And again, she sang a Cilla Black song, which was absolutely amazing. And as you know, I don't know if you know, Stan is from Liverpool, and he loved it. He said, absolutely amazing voice. So she was brilliant. She really was.
I didn't realize Stan was from Liverpool. That's
yeah.
All right, let's see. That's there's some outside swings too.
Yeah, there were swings everywhere. There were seats everywhere, totally different seats as well, where you could just sit and just chill out. If you wanted to shake for champagne, you could do.
And when you say shake for champagne, what is this? Is this a game? Is this gambling?
No. If you want to get a bottle of champagne, John, You shake your phone, when you're in the app, you shake the app, and they will deliver a bottle of champagne to wherever you are.
No shit. What if you're in bed with your partner and you're a little bit, maybe you've got Parkinson's or something? There's going to be champagne coming at you in all directions.
Then you're going to have a lot of bottles outside your door,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Where did that come from? Anyway.
Well, he said you shake your phone, and I was just thinking, you could be.
This is a chill out area at the back. And,
I was going to ask, is that is that a hot tub that's covered over?
No, you can actually get on there and sit on there and drink, and it actually goes right the way down to it shows you right the way down to the bottom of the ship.
Wow.
It's a net. It's like a catamaran net.
Yeah.
You can actually lie there and chill out. Now, this is Richard's rooftop. So you've got trampolines there. You've got lots of big seats and sun lounges. Absolutely great. And, they'll come and bring your drinks to you if you order them. Absolutely great. This is right at the front of the ship as well. So you got the best views from the top of the ship. I couldn't really get a really good picture, but that was literally, if you were sat on the couch or sofa or bed, whatever you want to call it, you could just literally look out that way and have amazing views. But yeah, right at the front of the ship.
Wow. That's just...
All right. Now, one of the things that I had heard was how small the pool was. That looks like a pretty decent sized pool to me.
Now, a lot of people said this about the pool. And do you know what? In terms of pools that you would get on other ships, it probably does look small. But if you see the black area in the middle, that's the deep part of the ship, deep part of the pool. And then either side, you've got places you can just you could lie in the water or sit in the water and things. So when you take that into account, it's probably a decent sized pool. But I think when a lot of the people that saw it back in 2020, when they did the preview days and things, it was empty. So it did look a bit, I don't like that. But when it was full and you had people around like that, you can see there laying around on the double beds and things and the lounges. It was just great. I don't know if you can really see, but that was part of the pool party. And if you see the guy that sat down near the oars, they were going around taking pictures of people and having fun with people, which is what it's all about on Virgin. There'll be things popping up where you wouldn't least expect them and things like that. We saw a guy making cookies, and apparently I think Shane, I don't know if he's still here, but Shane will tell you he was on the preview cruise before we got on, and he was stood there and somebody came and made a cocktail in front of him. So it's all about expect the unexpected, and things like that. So it's not your usual cruise. So this was when they set off a bingo with the hostess. Well, you see that theatre where you've got those seats there, they've got exactly the same where we're sat. So and as I say, it can be changed around to do things. So you can either have either side for the show, or they can have just one set of seats going up if you're just looking one way. So and then you can make it bigger as well. So it's an amazing, very multifunctional theatre. Brilliant. We're back to the chowder. Oh, we've lost. I can't hear Chillie. Chillie, you're on mute.
Muted. Chillie, you muted yourself.
I certainly did. I was just going to say that's the chowder. I duplicated that one. Sorry about that.
That's all right. The chowder was very good. I'd it again.
Do you guys dress like the Bobbsey twins all the time?
No, we've been together for 23 years now. We are our own people, and we've never wore the same things. But it was Scarlet Night, and we just decided, you know what, we're going to go all out and do it's something totally different. We're going on a ship that you've got to think out the box and not go in with any misconceptions or preconceptions. Go with an open mind. So we said, bugger it, we're going to do it. And we did, and we wore the same thing, and it was great. But would I do it again? I don't know. But yeah, they were our Scarlet Night shirts. And again, here's those chicken kebabs from the tapas restaurant at the back.
Nice.
And they were polenta. That was polenta. Oh, that was beautiful. Polenta lollipops. Amazing.
I've had polenta of that in my life, so.
And we're making you feel hungry. And then again, you've just come back from the restaurants, haven't you, John?
So Punjab,
yeah, that's the individual shot of.
That's like beef kebabs. But it's all like finger food, so it was absolutely brilliant. I'm hoping Chillie's got the best one coming up any moment.
The one of the octopus?
Oh, it was
No,
absolutely.
that's a salad.
That was a salad in Razzle Dazzle, and I can't. What did it stand up? I can't
It's
remember.
toast. That's some kind of toast.
Oh yeah, that was avocado toast that he had in Razzle Dazzle.
You know what? I bet I don't have that octopus.
Do we not have? We'll get it. We'll pop it up if somebody wants to see it. And this is breakfast. So breakfast is different. You know, like on a normal cruise, you've got your buffet restaurant, and you go around to all the different stations, and everybody's walking around, and people are going left and right, and you know, there's always that one person going the wrong way up the queue trying to get something. Yeah. Well, here it's slightly different. You've got all the stations, so you've got you can get like a omelette and bacon and eggs if you want. You've got salmon. You've got a bento box. You've got tacos for breakfast. That was egg and chorizo taco. Now I'm not too sure about the Doritos or chips with breakfast. It wasn't. I didn't eat mine, but yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. Something totally different. Now, as well, you don't at the moment.
I'd be going, where the hell's my bacon and eggs or my eggs Benedict?
Well, you can. I think you can get them further down. My sound's gone really low. I don't know why. But I can hear you guys. This must be the most pictured Virgin sign in the world. The amount of pictures I've seen over the last few weeks. Of this literally that same picture. It's just like, wow, you know, when it's lit up at night, which we have got one, but I couldn't find it in time and get it off stand. This was again back to Razzle Dazzle. This is churros.
That was the milk and cookies,
strawberry sauce. It was just like rainbow churros. Oh, beautiful.
And this is to prove that Martin did eat milk and cookies on a cruise.
That's Martin going back to being about 5-6 year olds back at preschool. And, you know, if anybody knows, if you're in the UK about Margaret Thatcher taking milk off kids many years ago, it was joy. It was joy to bring. And that almond milk with cinnamon was like, oh my God, it really was beautiful. I was going to try and take the cookie pot home.
Now you need to explain yourself about a couple.
We can show this on a G-rated show here? Or what's going on here?
Don't worry, we're going to get past the G here very quickly.
This is every balcony has a hammock. Now, when we went on back in February 2020, I did try and get in it, and I sat in it and thought I'm not going to risk that. And my operations manager got in, and it was quite funny seeing her get out of it. But I decided, you know what? I'm a rock star. I've got my rock star dressing gown on. I think this was about 1:30 in the morning, 2:00 in the morning. That's why I've still got my socks on. And I just decided to get in, and I thought, well, I don't just want to sit in it. So I lay in it, and you know what? It was really, really comfortable. And I was tempted to actually stay out there, as you can see there. I felt like Kylie Minogue, you know, when she did turning around with the thing on. But yeah, I felt like actually sleeping out there. It was so comfortable. It was unbelievable.
Now, was there a sign that says for one person only?
There wasn't, no. So, but I mean, I wouldn't risk it with two. I mean, maybe not me and the husband, you know, because it was very. It would have to have a heavyweight sign on it, I think. Oh, no, that's just. I mean, it's what people refer to over here as your Hamlet moment. When you light up your cigar, you just go, bliss. It's just like, wow. And these are the lights at the back of the ship as you're sailing along. And it was just beautiful. That was sailing away from Portsmouth on the first night. And it just got you in the mood.
So there was nurses on board the ship.
I was thinking he's trying to get Stan jealous. That's what my thought was. And then I said, man, is that the chick that was, I'm being politically incorrect, folks. Was that the lady that was singing? Because she has, I'm going to say this without being politically correct. No, I'm not. Bosoms. She's got big boobs.
She was definitely at the front of the queue.
Right.
This is Abby, the hostess. I mean, she's just amazing. She does so many different things around the ship and really brings the ship to life. And, you know, sometimes you don't want to approach people like that because you think, oh, I don't know. She was so approachable and so friendly. But that's being from Northern England. We are so friendly. But, yeah, I mean, me and Stan had a joke about, you know, all these Instagrammers, they all pout the lips. And it's like, and that's what we decided to do. This is when we first got on with our sailor hats on, because we thought, you know what, ahoy sailor, we're going on Virgin. Let's get the caps out again. And it was just, I mean, this is a casino, the wall in the casino, TV wall. It's like absolutely brilliant. The casino was great as well. We spent a bit of time in there. So I think I won about, put in $50 and then we ended up with nothing.
Well, yeah, that's the way it goes. And actually, the picture I like best of all of them was you two.
Oh yeah,
standing there with the ship in the background.
Do you know what, Chillie, John? For me and Stan, it's like we've just decided to just go and enjoy the ship, and we thought, you know what? They call everybody sailors. It's all sailor loot, and you get on board, and it's ahoy sailor and things like that. We thought, you know what? We'll get our sailor hats on, couple of stripy t-shirts, and we'll go all out. It was our last cruise of this year, and it's been an amazing time. I know I don't want to make you jealous that the fact we've been able to do it, but it was the last one. We thought, you know what, we're going to go all out and enjoy it, and we've done lots of other cruises, but this was something special. It really was.
Well, I tell you what, my opinion of the Scarlet Lady has changed 360 degrees from the way I was thinking about her before.
Wait a minute, but that would bring you right back to where you were.
Well, no, then it's 180. I'm totally on the opposite position.
Yes, my feelings have changed 360 degrees.
And that's, I did an interview with Melissa on Friday and you today, and I'd be the first in line to go get on the Scarlet Lady and experience it myself.
You should. Yeah. I mean, you really should go with that open mind. It's not a normal cruise. So if you're expecting it all set out, you're going to have a piece of paper telling you've got X, Y, hundreds of things going on. No, everything's done in the app. You can just book for what you need. You can check what's going on. You can detox. It was an amazing experience, and I'm looking forward to doing Valiant Lady in 2022 because she's going to be going out of Portsmouth for a short season. So much, as I said earlier on, I don't think you were here then, John. We've done a deposit. Now, I don't know if you saw me talking about the deposit on my page. I don't know how it's been done, but Shane, you please tell me where it's come from. But if you're on board, you pay $300. Well, I say pay $300. You put $300 onto your onboard account,
right?
As in for a charge. But then they give you $300.
Okay. So
your deposit has cost you nothing. And then on top of that, when you book the cruise, they'll give you $300 discount. So that's £225 in UK money discount. Right. So you've got your deposit and your discount, but you haven't physically paid anything. It's like, how did it work? I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know whether it's just for what's going on at the moment in terms of the UK or whether they're going to do a bit in the US when it comes over to the US. So
if you canceled it, what would you get back? Would you get the money back then?
No, because you haven't paid anything, have you? Well,
but you have a deposit on a future cruise.
Yeah, so I think it would. If you cancelled it, then you'd lose it. I think that's probably it's going to be a non-refundable, really. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it and getting money back off Virgin.
I got 10 cruises lined up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have my $225 off all them cruises, please. Well, it took us about half a day to work it out and go, this is a no-brainer. They're paying us to have a deposit. They're paying us to give us a discount on our next cruise. It was like, so if you are on board, guys, do it. And I don't know if you've heard about Sea Blazers with Virgin. So anybody that's sailing in the inaugural season, I know they're doing it on the summer soirees, and I imagine they probably do something similar in the US. But you'll become a Sea Blazer. So every time you sail, if you do that bar tab, which is $300 at a minimum, you'll get, rather than like the usual $50 or $100 they're offering, you'll get $125. That's for life. It doesn't matter. That will never end. Every time you buy a bar tab, extra $125. So they're giving money away. They really are, So, but it's a great ship. It really is. It's one we went open-minded on. And if I'm honest, even though the few issues that were on board, I'm giving it a good 9.75 out of 10.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome as far as
those are Martin numbers, you guys. So that's really a good. He's usually pretty strong in his is
Yeah,
not giving points. So
I'm quite honest. I'm quite honest, and I'll say
Yeah,
if things
yeah.
are not right, or if it doesn't, if it had been awful, I'd have come on and told you exactly what I thought personally from my point of view. I mean, I'm 47 this year, so if people were thinking, oh, it's the 18 to 35 crowd, no, definitely not, definitely not.
it's the 18 to 35 mindset crowd.
Do you know what, John? I think it's just don't think about what you've done before on a cruise. Go, take that out of your mind. Take what you've done before. Every single cruise you've ever done, whether it's been 20 or 30 years ago, or last week or last month, take that out of your mind and go on and go, I'm going to look at this differently. And if you do that, you'll love it.
See that.
God,
But I'm just
talking
thinking of
50
all the
minutes.
solos that I've run into on NCL, that solo group. And any one of those, I think, would fit into this and have a hell of a good time.
You would. So, and I think Virgin are just going to go from strength to strength. They have took feedback on board from the first couple of cruises already, and I think it'll only move. And, kudos to Virgin for still launching in the middle of a pandemic, not only a new ship, a new brand, totally different than anybody's experience. And the reviews are out there. If you look on Cruise Critic and people like that, the reviews are out there, and it's getting very good reviews.
There's 1,408 cabins. And they say, what is it? 86% of them are balconies.
They are, yes.
So almost everybody and they don't call them balconies. They call them sea terraces.
Sea terrace, that's right.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm assuming I'm not priced a Virgin Voyages cruise out, but I'm assuming the majority of people are going to price it from the sea terrace perspective.
Yeah.
So then you got to figure, you got to look at what a balcony would cost you on a Carnival or a Royal Caribbean or whatever. And you got to look at what you'd spend for specialty restaurants.
Well,
and what you'd spend for the freebie drinks. Now, okay, so we pay for alcohol. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
But just for I spend usually my soft drink ticket is, at least $60, if not $100, depending on the cruise.
A day.
So not a day. No, just for soft drinks. I don't drink that many.
He showers in soft drinks,
but still
diet Coke all over his body.
If you put all that together, that brings the value to me way down to where Virgin then becomes very much affordable.
It does, and I can go off next year's prices. For example, it's £500 for an inside cabin for 3 nights, going to say Bruges. Now, if you take into account, say you only do one restaurant, let's say 2 at $50 a time. Some are more, some are less. So that's $100. So what's that? £80. Take off your basic bevies, your water, soft drinks, specialty coffees. Let's say another £50. Take 130 off that 500. It's £370. It's £120 a night for a 5-star adult only, because there's no children on board cruise ship with amazing facilities, great staff. Absolutely beautiful. So it does. I think people need to just look at the price and then add, as you said, Chillie, add in those little bits that you get an extra, and it becomes brilliant.
Now, Katie says that Emma is on her now and she's having a ball. And that's Emma is the one that did the kind of negative report from the first one.
That's what made her famous. That was her.
And it really did. Emma became an extreme influencer because of that. But I found it interesting, and I'm glad Katie pointed it out, that Emma is loving the Scarlet Lady this time around.
It is. It's like she went the same time as me, not the same cruise. She was in Dover, I was in Liverpool. And I think you do get that misconception, and because it wasn't right, because it was just a few hours or an overnight. Whereas now it's fully operational. I think they've taken on Emma's comment about the beds, so they're now made up into a double bed. They don't change them unless you ask them to. She said they are super comfy as well. And she, again, the pool, she was like, no, it looked better now that it's filled and things like that. So I think, for people like Emma, myself, and people who do get that chance to go and see things before they are fully operational, it's going back again and seeing it operational puts in a whole new perspective. It really does. And they've took things on board, which is kudos for Virgin for doing it before they've even launched. They've changed things.
Of course, with Emma, all she had to do was see them damn cookies, and she was going to love the cruise.
Oh, she's had them. I've seen a picture of them already, so she'll be I think she'll be just like drowning in them because she's a big cookie person, isn't she?
She is that. Oh, Martin, this has been wonderful, and I'm certainly sorry you don't have any more cruises to go on this week.
Yeah, I'm so bummed. I'm going to say a rosary for you tonight.
Yeah.
Well, pray for Martin for another cruise.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's been great doing it and bringing it to like everybody who watches, and as I always say, I think I've said it to yourself, John and Chillie, what you see is what you get. It's my view of life, and I'm not a scripted person. I'm not there as a freebie press trip or anything like that. I'm there experiencing it as what I like, and that's what I like to bring to you. So I hope through all the cruises we've done, what we've done Anthem of the Seas, we've done Golden Horizon. What else have we done? Virtuosa, and now Virgin Voyages, although it wasn't a live one, which was a shame. But those 4 ships in the space of 3 months, I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll bring more to you. So if there's any cruise line operators out there and want John or Chillie to go on a cruise and bring it from an American perspective, please do get in touch with them and let them know and take them on board, because I'm sure we'll have a fabulous show. And I might have to run it from London. We need to change this London, but it's live from
Manchester.
Live from Manchester.
We probably need to change that. Say
we do. With Manchester.
Live from Manchester.
We don't need to put live from Manchester. I think we need to put Manchester. And where are you guys? Minnesota and
Crookston, Minnesota, and Forest, Virginia.
There we go. We need to put the 3 little places on there, because that's where we're all
MMV. Then it could be MMV.
MMV, live from MMV. But then that could be a new cruise line, couldn't it?
That's what I was just saying. But because Chillie, of course, cannot cruise right at the moment because of his temporary need for extra oxygen, I will step in and take a cruise for him. I will do that. So I just want to make that known.
I hope you read Italian.
And I promise, Chillie, I will call you every night and give you the experience just like you're there.
We'll go live. We'll go live with you, Chillie, just so you feel like you're part. Well, actually, we'll have dinner with you on the video, so you feel like you're part of it.
Yeah, and have me drooling all over myself. Huh?
How long
I hear you.
How long are you going to be on oxygen for then, Chillie? No, not giving you.
I wish I knew. That's the only thing right now that I don't know is what's going to be the long-term prognosis with the oxygen. So
right. Well, hopefully soon cruise lines will remove that you can't travel if you've got oxygen concentrators and things, because they allow people to have them before. So, maybe in the next 6-12 months, hopefully it'll be.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. If I could do something by the first of the year, and the other thing that I'm worried about, let's get this damn pandemic over with. I'm still looking. Wouldn't be at all surprised if we end up getting some areas shut down again.
I predict that we will.
Yeah,
I predict it's going to get worse before it gets better. Like it or not.
The vaccinations need to get out there, and they need to get them out around the world, not just the Western countries and the US and the UK and Europe. It's the other smaller places that they need them as well. The whole world needs them vaccinating. It's not just certain places, because until certain places open up, we're not going to be able to travel there.
That's right.
Well, that's going to wrap us up for this week, guys. Another marvelous show. Thanks, Martin, for bringing it all to us. This was, to me, it was just a totally enjoyable show. And I hope all of you guys out there enjoyed it. Next week, who knows what's going to happen? Don't know yet. We'll come up with something, though.
We might be quarantined or something. You never know.
Could be.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for being with us. We'll see everybody next Sunday at the same time, same place. This is Chillie, the old fat guy, for John and Martin, the Cruise Amigos. See you next time.
Bye.